Pep Guardiola's curious team selections, which range from the left field to the downright bonkers, have won many games for Manchester City. But as the hunt for a trophy clean sweep reached a critical phase, his decision to plump for the unorthodox cost the Blues as they went down 1-0 at Spurs in the first leg of this Champions League quarter-final. Fabian Delph, a peripheral figure for so long after his rash red card at Leicester on Boxing Day, committed the ultimate sin for a professional footballer by not playing to the whistle, and Heung Min Son made him pay with a goal that hands Spurs the advantage ahead of next week's second leg. Son was busily retrieving a ball played in behind the England man, who decided to appeal that it had gone out of play. It had not, and as Delph stood rooted to the spot, Son carved back inside and crashed the only goal past Ederson. There was no excuse, and the fact that VAR was in use made Delph's inaccurate pleas even more baffling. He simply had to play on and then rely on the TV cameras if he failed to block the shot. But he didn't. Delph was not the only villain, as Sergio Aguero missed first-half penalty to add to his long litany of failures from the spot in European games. The whole team performance, setting aside Aguero's miss, fueled the fears of the City fans who, not for the first time, were baffled by the manager's team selection. Normally, those supporters question Guardiola's judgment, but are then reduced to silence as the chosen Zai proved to be the perfect balance. Not this time. But even by Guardiola's standards, the appearance of Delph at left back was staggering. This was his first start in anything other than a domestic cup game since his red card at Leicester on Boxing Day contributed to a damaging defeat. And the fact that his last game for the Blues saw him concede a penalty to hand Swansea a 2-0 lead in the FA Cup clash would indicate that he is nowhere near the squad, let alone the team. But Benjamin Mendy is not ready for 2 games in 3 days after a long injury absence, and Aleks Zinchenko is unfit. With Bernardo Silva also absent after picking up a minor thigh problem in training on the eve of the game, and Riyad Mahrez being preferred to Leroy Sane, the team had a look which baffled even the most ardent believer in Guardiola. For once, City looked like a mash-up of a team, and Spurs dominated the first half. City began cautiously, but were clearly trying to isolate Raheem Sterling against Kieran Trippier. That paid off 12 minutes in, when the winger streaked inside the former Blues right back and unleashed a shot which was blocked by Danny Rose. The video review showed clearly that Rose had raised an arm, and the ball clearly struck it. Video loading video unavailable click to play tap. To play the video will start an 8 cancel play now. It proved to be academic as Sergio Aguero struck a weak spot kick at a comfortable height and Hugo Lloris dived to his left to save. Spurs had made most of the early running, with Dele Alli volleying over, and after the penalty drama they pushed again, with Harry Kane's shot being beaten away by Ederson. City could not find their rhythm, with Mahrez hovering on the fringes of the action, Aguero misfiring at every turn and Fernandinho, for once, losing the midfield battle. The Blues instantly perked up after the break as Aguero ranged forward and then switched the ball across to Sterling, whose low, left-footed drive was parried by Lloris. With Gundogan sitting deep alongside Fernandinho, the plan was clearly to hold what they have, unusual for Guardiola, and one that blunted their attacking edge. "10 minutes after the break came a fateful 2 minutes when Ederson fell heavily after collecting the ball, hurting his hip. After treatment he was able to continue. But when Kane then tried to leave a foot on Delph and ended up taking a full-blooded whack on the ankle, he limped off to be replaced by Lucas Moura. It seemed like a significant moment, but the arrival of Lucas Moura injected more pace against a City side that is not the quickest. And when Spurs switched Son to the right, Delph crumbled. A ball played in behind the stand and left back found the Korean, who did well to prevent it going out. Delph's reaction was unprofessional, and Son took full advantage by gleefully smashing the ball past Ederson. With an away goal so important these days, Guardiola did not react until there were 3 minutes of normal time left, when subs Kevin De Bruyne and Leroy Sane were set on for an improbable rescue mission. Spurs had their teeth into the game by that point and were not about to give up their hard-won lead. The tie is far from over, and with Kane already a doubt for the second leg and the league clash 3 days later, City will still fancy their chances of turning it around at the Etihad Stadium. But this time Guardiola needs to clear his head before he picks his team.